I like this.
It's a partnership.
This is too low.
This is a football club.
It's a partnership.
This is Gambit.
Okay,
And that's a football
I will
club.
say the Gambit star. I just realized that it makes a G.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
this is actually really good. I don't mind that. No, this is not me. Look at, go up.
Esports.
This is really cool. This is some more money. This is really cool.
Interesting. I didn't realize the esports underneath. It's
Oh.
fine. It's a new partnership. We'll give it time.
Yeah.
There's going to be a bit of a rebrand. It'll be fine.
I'm
We
look-
should do that as a segment
Yeah.
for a pre-show one of the day. We should rank logos.
All the logos.
in our
Yeah.
group.
Would you
Oh,
keep-
get the angry
would you
hell
keep,
raises brows.
Eastern Europe and Western Europe separated, or
Yes.
would you just throw everything in a puddle?
No.
We would have qualifiers into the major.
Seeding is now based on your logo.
All right.
Okay, what about Navi?
Yep. What
Kept
about
the
Navi?
same roster for some time.
Yes.
We heard during the interview, always want to fly, Iceberg, played together 6 years.
Yes. That's crazy. Speaking of always want to fly, we actually sat down with him earlier today as well. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, I'm always on the fly. I'm playing for Team Navi. It's really important to go to this major, this first DPC tournament. It's really huge for every team, especially for us. It's just you need to be there. If you want to play Dota, you need to be there. The main problem of Team Navi right now that's that we are not versatile. We need to add new heroes, but it's really tough for us because if we can't win on screen, so with new heroes 1, 2, 3 games, we're saying to fuck this hero, we don't want to play with it, and can we play our some old heroes?
Mateo, he's gonna die twice with a black hole! Coming in from General, that's gonna be catching all 3 that are left! Another 3rd black hole is gonna be used, and that should be the end of the game.
So our next opponent is Swift to win. I think it's a good team. They have good captain, Saneko. They have pretty good chorus players. So we watch a lot of their replays. We know how they play, and I think we'll win. It will be hard, but we'll win this.
Back in his second life, but they've already called it GG. They know there is too much power here. They do manage to close.
We will win for sure versus team Live to Win.
They'll win for sure. I'm very happy actually that Always Wanna Fly mentions that that they consider themselves to be a little bit too well, not versatile enough, basically, as my panel also mentioned already, with General and the Beastmaster Enigma just being the top tier. And also the struggles with trying to diversify, because every series team matters. So when are you gonna, is this the series where you're gonna try out new stuff? No.
Yeah, I think based on that, it's just play what they know they can do, be confident with that. But in that interview, he touched on the fact that if you don't go to the major, you just won't be able to play Dota. And it's a realization that with the season 2020, everyone's locked into their regions. The major is that free ticket to get some of the best scrims that you haven't really had for nearly like a year and a half now, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, because it's in Singapore, you can still scrim Chinese teams and the SEA teams. So even if you get knocked out instantly in the major, you're going to have this insane advantage on your own region when you fly back scrimming Chinese teams, SEA teams. So that's really valuable, actually.
Indeed, but you don't want to be knocked out because then you're spending 2 weeks inside your hotel in quarantine.
No, no.
But you're still
Of course.
playing.
But the
Yes.
point is, this resource of scrimming
Yeah.
is it's probably worth more
Then money.
Also,
than the money.
there
you're not winning.
There are 18 teams there. It's a lot of teams. The last couple of days, it's probably only like 8 or 6 of them playing. So you got 12 teams, 10, 12 teams to practice with.
And
That's massive.
I think this is really important for teams going to the major. They have to understand if they get knocked out, they can't waste that resource that they have available to them.
Yeah.
Because that will be that is,
They get knocked down.
Yeah.
They got to get up
They
again.
have to straighten.
Because you're never going to keep them down.
Never gonna give up. No.
Wrong song.
Wrong.
No,
song.
yeah.
Tub thumping.
Yeah.
Chumbawamba. Come on.
I just went for
Get up.
because I didn't really. I knew what I was trying to go for, but I didn't know exactly. So
Right.
I just thought I'd go for more like a sassy addition. But yeah, no. Whew, why did I just do the click? Oh my god.
So final words on this series from you guys. Do we still feel like Navi is coming in to be the dominant one here? Is it going to be a 2-0? Will it be close?
Incredibly
It's gonna be
close.
yeah.
Incredibly close?
Saneko, this will mean a lot to him. It'll mean a lot to
Yes.
no one. I think this is going to be probably the best series we've seen so far in CIS. Or in Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, Navi's looked somewhat shaky in some games, and but they've been able to eventually turn the tides and come back into the series. But I think AS Monaco Gambit should
Yeah.
be the team that would capitalize on these mistakes and not give so much room for Navi to find these comebacks. So yeah, it's going to be an incredibly close series, I think.
It should be a very, very fun one to watch, but you gotta wait a little bit before you can watch it, because at the moment there's still a lower division series going on, and there cannot be any overlap within regions, meaning that we cannot start playing until VP Prodigy and PuckChamp finished their series, and they are still playing. At least, you know, we are also 5 minutes delayed there, and then we're again 5 minutes delayed to you. So 10 minutes ago, the game was still being played. Hopefully, one team will be victorious shortly, but in the meantime, I believe you can head over to twitch.tv/AVO+, where you can watch the action live. Make sure you do that, and then come back for the series of NAVI versus AS Monaco Gambit. show you the draft
Damn,
talent,
that's
Tigov,
attractive
with
man.
me as well. And yeah, Purge, this is going to be the debut of no one in AS Monaco Gambit. How do you think that he'll do? Are you on the same page as Kyle? Do you think there will be a little bit of a honeymoon phase going into this?
I mean, almost for sure. I'm happy to see him playing in the DPC leagues. There's definitely some major players across multiple regions that kind of just got left out due to team shift issues, and no one's certainly one of the best players in the world. He has been for like at least like 6 years at this point. So I'm happy to see him get a chance to play. Feel bad for FN, but ultimately, I think he'll do really good.
Yeah, I think everybody feels a little sad for FN, but at the same time, it is a competition. You want to be the best, and to be the best, you got to have the best. And I don't think anybody's going to argue anywhere that no one is not better than FN. So let's talk about this draft.
Let's talk about that Earthshaker first pick.
Wait, stop, wait. This is just going to be a Beastmaster from NAVI, no?
No?
Could be.
I feel it. I feel it in my bones, tingling.
Could be.
Did you guys
Enigma.
see that Earthshaker counter the other day? All you have to do is win before 20 minutes, and then he's just like, okay.
That's smart.
There
Pretty
you go.
straightforward.
That's, that makes sense.
You aggro tri lane. You have
Yeah.
a push in your off lane.
Yeah.
On your safe lane, sorry, and then your mid just has to win the matchup, and then you're good to go. Oh, bye, Purge.
Yeah.
That's it. Purge has had enough. He's like, you know what? I've revealed the strat of Dota, and his camera just disappeared.
Puppy took me out.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Wait, which puppy?
I hope
don't
it
know.
means Tango.
Oh.
I'm back.
Wait, you named your puppy Tango?
You didn't know?
No,
was
you don't
like-
tell me
I was like-
anything.
That was like 3 years ago.
I was going to say, he's had that dog forever. Do you not follow his Instagram or his Twitter?
Yeah.
All right, plug it.
I basically only post dog
Where's
pictures
that
on my
follow?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when normal people see it, they're like, this guy likes his dog way too much. And it's like, no, I just don't give a shit about Instagram. That's all.
But at least
Yeah,
your dog
great
does.
job.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean, why would you need to diversify if you still can get the heroes that you know you can win with, right?
Yeah.
That being said, this is something that is going to be very predictable as well. So I would imagine that AS
Wow.
Monaco Gambit has prepared for this Beastmaster.
It really is just dog pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. You surprised?
No. Well, I follow you now, so I'm
Okay, thank
more
you,
up to date with your life.
Good.
Is it weird? No, we gotta talk about the draft. That's for later. Never mind.
Wow,
We're in the
Kyle has
second-
self-respect.
We're in the second ban phase. You got like a minute or so to
Okay.
spin.
Is it strange that it feels like you can like kind of pseudo keep in touch with people now? Like you don't talk, but if you follow people on all their socials and they're active, you effectively know everything that they're doing and what's happening in their life. So that if you were to call them and make small talk, it's like, what would you say? I already know all the things.
Well, you know all
only
the
thing-
things that they want you to know,
Yeah.
public stuff. You still don't know the true intimate thing about them. So
But that's what I mean. There's a lot of pressure on then having conversations because you can't have that like fun catch up stuff. You already know what's happening. All you can do is just skip straight to the like the self doubt and oppressive
social media.
existentialism.
It really does put a lot of questions on us. But just like this draft has a lot of questions for us, I think AS Monaco, they're in a
No, I totally agree. I think that we discussed it, but really like Shaker against Puck. Necro 3 beats Nyx. Secret demonstrated that yesterday. Just like already a great spot. You need to have a strong safe lane. That's how you can punish this Shaker Beast a bit. Don't allow the Beastmaster to dominate because the Shaker can't really do too much to his system in that aggressive laning.
You can see from the ban. Oh, it's gone, Purge.
I was gonna say, what's your aggressive lane? Just like a really strong 5-position support, like Enchantress, for example.
Yeah, in regards to AS Monaco, they need to have some lane pressure for this Beastmaster. But I think from the bans from AS Monaco, it very much shows that their Puck is mid, and they are just worried about this overwhelming pressure that Navi is going to apply. And then flip side to Navi, when you've already presented your off lane and there's nothing to hide, they're taking away the Timber Sword and Natural Talent to some degree. But again, they're not as optimal. This is where normally, Kyle, you add a point.
No,
You can talk about my dog again if you want.
yeah.
Yeah. He's actually just keeps scrolling through. He's just
You can't
addicted
stop
now.
it.
A lot of cute pics in there.
It's true.
Yeah. My own story about being a caretaker is that the apartment I have in Kyiv had a bunch of plants, and my
Oh.
landlord actually repossessed a few of them because
They died.
I wasn't capable of caring for them.
Wait, were the plants there when you moved in?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which, to be fair,
Okay.
I will say, I I wouldn't trust myself with carrying.
I just
further
really
living
hope
things,
that you
so-
bought the plants, and then the
No.
guy came in and was like, "Carl, mate, these plants you bought, and just not keep they're mine now."
Called social services on you.
Yeah.
Complaints.
Yeah,
These poor plants.
that was a good. No comment. I think the right pet for me, a fish with an auto feeding.
I was gonna say fish actually need quite a bit of care, and they need like
a
You have to-
cactus.
the water.
they,
and then,
yeah, and they need constant. Like they like the
The pH levels and everything.
regimen.
When I was young, you remember those chia pets like Tamagotchis?
Yeah.
Mine never made it past a week.
Cool.
I,
Do you-
Kyle, what you need is you need a pet, but you also need a roommate who takes full control of the
Yes.
pet, and you just happen to benefit from it. That's
Also-
what you need.
Fudge, this is Valentine's Day. Don't bring up the roommate partner thing. Bit mean for Kyle.
I
Sensitive.
mean, you don't have to be
mean-
making out with them. They could just be, your roommate.
That's
Who-
true.
I mean,
Good
who
point.
makes out with a plant? It'd be prickly, especially if you had a cactus.
What?
I once sat on a cactus accidentally when I was younger.
Not surprised.
I was sitting on the couch, and then I leant over the arm and then just fell back, and then I just boop straight on the cactus. It was like very prickly.
That's the sound you made? Oh, boop.
No, it was actually more like a ah, and then it was like 3 cactus, and like my whole back was just covered.
Fairly high pitched.
I was a young child. Do you think I'm gonna be like, oh, yep, just a cactus, another day in the Robson household? No, I'm gonna be
It's the moment
upset.
you went through puberty.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just happened to line up.
Phoenix. Probably going to be the always want to fly hero.
Correct.
One of
Yeah.
the accomplished Phoenix players throughout most of his career. That is actually where he draws his name from, because he always wants to play Phoenix.
Is that real?
No.
Lore?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I think he's
Yeah, it
really
is.
reaching
What?
his-
Oh, I always want to fly.
Yes.
Is not named Always Want to Fly because he always wants to play Phoenix. This guy's been in the scene way too long for him to have a name revolving around Phoenix.
That's a good point, yeah. Unless he changed his name, like Phoenix was a little bit of a late addition to Dota.
Yeah.
How late? It was like 8 years ago, wasn't
Exactly. And Always Want to
Um,
Fly has been over a decade with the Dota scene.
Well, now we have a
gonna
question
look
for
it
the
up.
interview.
Yep.
In regards to the Phoenix pick, it solidifies their first 2 picks with overwhelming team fight now. It really puts a lot of pressure on this Puck and Nyx where they are pick-off heroes. And when you are unable to cleanly pick off the supports at the start of a fight, mainly due to Shaker's very defensive positioning, and Phoenix always has that egg capability if you survive the combo, it makes it very hard for AS Monaco to really fight with conviction. NAVI now double down on that kind of concept
Yep.
with a Kunkka mid. It's so hard for Monaco to even have much damage early on, but to find these pickoffs nicely.
And I also think that that's a block pick, especially against no one, who in this meta, I think if you watch Secret play around it when Niche is on it, can have that same sort of game impact. It's just the perfect hero, especially in a game you're playing against Shaker and Beast. The damage reduction and the high catches is really nice and would allow them to team fight very effectively in the mid game, which we've already discussed as being really key for this series.
Yeah, a difficult thing for no one as well. The heroes he's been playing most is like Monkey King, Void Spirit, Storm Spirit, these type of heroes mid, and they don't feel that great, especially maybe not into the Kunkka matchup, but when you think of the big picture, the defensive nature of Navi's heroes, it's so hard to jump these heroes and kill them quickly once again. That's the key thing here.
Yeah. The Puck, I guess, could just be his hero, but I just never really thought of no one as a Puck player.
I think realistically it is just because of the DK ban, like mentioned
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah.
It kind of goes like 1 for 1 here.
I
Monaco,
guess it's a hero we don't see him play that often, but like I mean, he's an experienced Storm player. It's not that different in terms of like moving around, getting stuff done.
On
that's
top
true.
of that, at the moment, Puck and Voice Spirit are 2 of the most, like if you're mid, you kind of have to be able to play these heroes.
Yeah.
And with no one not being on a team for a while, you can only imagine that these are the 2 heroes that he would have spammed a lot as well, just to, you know, be the tier 1 commodity, or rather reassure everybody that he's still that tier 1 commodity.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see. There was a triumvirate of players I figured would find a home either this season or after rosters open up after the first major. No one, Ramses, and Sumel.
Yeah.
So 1/3 has found a home,
Yep.
but you got to figure that there will be more change coming.
I do like the fact that Monaco realize they don't have this ability to really pressure Na'Vi in the big team fight, so they are kind of double downing on this laning phase presence. There's Ursa plus Jakiro into the Beastmaster. If you quickly kill the ball and get on top, you do have some kill potential.
I also like that you can see the Nigma versus Alliance series still impacting the rest of the scene, because any game I've seen Slark banned, a bat ban was immediately followed up by the side that didn't have the pick out of the face.
You think they
Instant
never mind, I'll
Yep.
Instant.
talk later.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll make it much easier for them to defend towers, obviously. You can be the frontliner. He's going to need a pipe. He might need 2 pipes this game, but he can frontline.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those games where you get so happy when you drop another shawl from neutral items. You're like, oh, yes, I can survive the burst.
Oh, the magic damage.
They don't have much time left to pick, really, but the underlord covers from the illusions, and okay, they go for the morphling. That's fair. It gives them the win condition, but the key thing here is...
Earthshaker, dude.
Yeah, it's Morph Shaker, but you have to also think about the timing that Monaco has. If they are able to come out in the laning phase, Ursa does rip through the Morphling pre, 2 or 3 items. So there is a timing for Monaco to play around, but the simplicity of Navi's draft, the laning pressure that they have, and the innate tankiness in big team fights, it kind of cushions that Morphling as well. So, yeah, a lot of pressure on Monaco.
They got to perform.
Exactly. That's key.
Morph Shaker gets first 2'd when available by a bunch of teams in SCA and China. There's a reason for that. Ursa needs to be in a position where you just have total map dominance plus a Battle Fury at like 18 minutes. And you're just running around the map, choking them out. And even that might not be enough. I saw TNC defend with a 35k gold disadvantage pre-30 minutes because Morph Shaker, shards, etc.
Yeah, it is very strong. Is it strong enough here, Purge, to take the first game? What do you got for this one?
I like the Morphling as well, outside of the combo. Just I think it lanes okay against Underlord. Obviously the damage reduction later can be an issue, but I think Navi's whole draft together looks a lot more clean and easy to execute than AS Monaco Gambit.
All right, thank you very much. We'll come back to you at the end of the game. T?
I think if AS Monaco Gambit can play well in that laning phase and collapse map quickly, they do have the answers to a Morphling. It's just how well does the laning phase go, especially like the Underlord into Morphling doesn't really do much. And if the Beastmaster has a good time, then suddenly all those timings shift and it's really hard to play around. But that first Roshan is theirs to play for. That quick 15, 20-minute timing is theirs to play for. So if they can, then I could see them doing it. But it's very hard uphill battle for them.
Is there any kind of benchmark pork? You say the first Roshan is going to be one that AS Monaco Gambit should have?
Yeah, it cushions their ability to take that big team fight that they're kind of inferior in the matchup. And then that alone should maybe pressure the tier 3s after. But no first Rosh, then game's going to be really, really hard.
All right, let's find out what's going to happen here in the first game of this best of 3 series. It's time to head over to a commentary team of Cap and Fog.
That's right. It's going to be, I think, a pretty fun series. Navi and AS Monaco Gambit. Fogged, unfortunately, I can't see you, which is a disappointment on Valentine's Day. But how are you feeling about this?
It looks fun. Looks like a lot of battling that's probably going to partake, because I do believe that Monaco is going to have to really fight a lot in the early game in order to keep themselves in a nice, advantageous spot, because I feel like if they let up at all, we're going to see this Earthshaker, this Morphling, this really heavy team fight lineup with the win condition probably just take the game. I think they really have to kick up the pace on AS Monaco and Gambit.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the game as quick as we can, because I believe we are going to be having some 5-man smoke action, and we're probably going to have maybe a first blood, depending on what happens here. 5-man movement from AS Monaco Gambit. They 5-man smoked into the enemy triangle. Looks like Navi saw it coming, though. Well positioned to be able to pop the smoke and get out.
30 seconds to battle.
They were actually, so little fun stuff is I was watching them having their little talks in the lobby before the game does start. Both of them, of course, lots of history between them, and especially with Noah and Always Want to Fly and those guys in general and all that. So they're all chatting. They're talking about Earthshaker before the game, saying how broken it is.
Yeah.
Then they get a first pick Earthshaker comes out in the game for Navi. So
well,
but they're in a good spot.
You've only got yourself to blame if you're not willing to ban it. So
yeah,
we'll see what how this goes. Earthshaker Beastmaster is I don't think I've actually seen this combo of late very often, but it does make a lot of sense. I mean, Beastmaster, his weakest point is level 1 and 2, and being able to have this Fissure block at the very start can definitely do a lot for being able to win this lane.
Yeah, definitely. Ursa's going to be able to get some stuff out of this, but General's going to get a really nice lane for himself. Even though he's versus a Jakiro, which is one of the better heroes, like your Witch Doctors, your TMs, your Enchantresses, this is one of the better ones to actually be versus Beastmaster, but Earthshaker breaks that, so it's going to be a good lane for that Beastmaster. Does have to be careful. They can get killed quite a bit from these two. Dream as well as Taneko, they can punish pretty heavily, as long as they're persistent in killing the boars. But yeah, lane positioning should just be fine for General.
Iceberg versus no one in the mid lane matchup. No one. Certainly looking forward to seeing him back in the mid lane again.
Yeah.
You know, it's, feels like it's been a minute.
It feels like it's been I feel like I haven't seen him in such a long time, actually. I don't think I've gotten a chance to cover ASM at all, really, in this, so far in the circuit, at least. I think I got to do one game of them, but besides that, it's been pretty limited. So I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do, because Dream's been really impressive for me overall in his carry. And it does look like he's gonna have a pretty tough game ahead of him.
Yeah, it certainly feels like I don't know. What do you think about